Learning piano is simple. Guitar is not. I disagree. But before we jump into that, let's take a look at what other viewers are saying. Richard Brett RMT says, so do I strum all the strings or just the ones my fingers are on? Well, Richard Brett RMT, the answer to your question is it depends. Depends on the chord and depends on the context. Last time we learned our A major, we learned our D major, and we learned our E major. Let's start with the E major. With the E major, you can play all 6 strings. Doesn't matter if you play all 6 strings, they all sound good. That's because all 6 strings, when you play this chord, fit in with the E chord. For the A chord, I would suggest strumming from the 5th string down. That's because the 5th string is A, which names the chord. Okay, so you're going to strum you can strum the lower 5 strings, so not just the ones your fingers are on, but all 5 of those strings. Now you can play the 6th string, okay, it does fit in with that chord, but it does make it sound a little muddy. So if you could try to strum from the 5th string down, if you hit that 6th string, I won't be mad at you, okay? The D chord, however, I would suggest strumming it from the 4th string down, which is your D chord, or D string, sorry, that names your chord, okay? The A string, the 5th string, sounds okay, so you could actually strum the 5th string down, but the 6th string doesn't fit. The E note doesn't fit in with the D chord. It makes it a little bit what's called dissonant. Okay, so it doesn't sound quite nice with that E string. Again, if you hit that E string while you were strumming, I'm not going to be mad at you. But for the D chord, I want you to try to strum from the 4th string down, the 5th string down. Okay? And again, different chords will have different sets of rules. Okay? As we go along, we'll learn those, and you'll start to figure out which strings to strum for which chords. Miles Drinks Fanta says, thanks for the tips. You're welcome, Miles. Enjoy the Fanta. Tim Markowitz 779 says, learning piano is simple. Guitar is not. Well, Tim, I actually disagree with you. I think there are simple parts to learning piano, and I think there are simple parts to learning guitar. I think there are complex parts to learning piano, and I think there are complex parts to learning the guitar. Each instrument has its own set of challenges and its own set of systems that you need to learn. If you stick around, I'll be able to show you what you can do on the guitar at a very early stage. Color with Christy says, once we learn these, is there an easy song to start with? Absolutely there is, Christy. Why don't you try this one? It's Lean On Me. You're going to strum each chord 4 times. Start with an A. 1, 2, to the D, back to A, then to E, then to A, then to D, back to A, back to E for 2, then to A for 2. Again, A, then to D, to A, then to E, back to A, back to D, back to A, then to E for 2, 1, A for 2. All right, thank you very much. I hope I answered some of your questions. Don't forget to hit subscribe. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments below. We'll see you next time. Happy practicing.